And it's the same building that they would see as they approach. Cleaner, but ugly. So, continuing. We start out with basically the roof plan and floor plan, or the just the floor plan out from that. What I want to do in keeping these silos is I want to use them. And instead of just like taking out the entire building, what I decided to do was to take out specific ones or specific parts of one to use in kind of my idea. I basically broke that down into specific spaces. This is just a small circulation diagram of the third floor. Up here is an exhibit space. It shows all the exhibit spaces for the third floor, separated out so you can specify which ones are which. The blue spaces indicate machinery. The green spaces represent science, and the yellow spaces represent science, or computers, digital technology. The orange spaces are actual like specific showcases of things that you would like want to show off. Like for technology, you would showcase like Ford's Model T in like the beginning floors, you know. And then below that you have the actual circulation of how people would move. The red represents floors, or the hallway, which like transition areas, and the purple represents the stairs. As you'll see later on, I've staggered these different areas, and so that when you go from one area to the next, you're not going on a straight linear horizontal path. You keep going up each time. So you can kind of see, and then this is a combination of the third floor and the actual third floor plan that I made. So you can kind of like, you can take this and put it here, and it just kind of shows a correlation, so it's better. It can give you a better idea of how you go through, of how you walk through the building. So, moving on, we have the second floor plan, which is basically the same thing. Along with having individual spaces, we have these spaces here that are kind of combined. There's two colors, and that's where basically for this space here, the machinery and science and how they come together in that certain aspect in that certain time period. So, we have the combined floor plan diagram and the actual floor plan itself. The first floor plan. If you remember the previous floor plans, they were kind of a lot more complicated, a lot more space to use. This is kind of very basically drab. There's not much to it. They're basic spaces that just have been simply removed. You know, and the previous ones have been slightly removed, parts of them removed, or something like that. And this is just very simple. And I kind of want to keep that for this linear progression of as you go up. So as you walk through the building, not only do the things you're looking at evolve, also the spaces you're in evolve. Again, first floor plan. This is my lobby area. For the roof and the top floor plan, I wanted to, and the lobby, I wanted to keep with this idea of moving the silos up or down, and keeping with that. And so I kind of created the extra spaces as in just basically pulling them up or down as to what I needed to. Creating another interesting space and kind of, you enter in, and it's kind of the same kind of aspect as you go through. So. Right here we have a sectional diagram of the spaces of the building itself, showing the spaces through the building. Right here is the elevation, the front elevation of the actual individual spaces themselves. Basically, it's all the spaces that you see. Basically, the walkway. As you walk through the far left, you would progress upwards to here, where you would descend to the second floor, where you would progress through again, till you would go to the third floor, where you would progress up again. And just kind of, the reason I staggered it was, again, to give this kind of evolutionary thing as, you're going up, and, as you evolve, you go farther up and farther up in the building. So, This is just that same view rotated to give you a better sense of how things are positioned, where they are in relation to each other. And this right here is the way, this is an exploder diagram at the top of the building. This is how I wanted to, basically, one of the ways I wanted to bring the outside surrounding area inside. And basically what I did is I continued the silos up to the top and created another more interesting walkway. They're not actually silos, but the ground itself is curved as if they were silos, as if they were being dragged up through. And so again, it creates this familiar space throughout the building. And I also did that for the campus building here, which is on top of the silos and the floor and the actual roof plan itself, which you can go up to, you can look around, and you can kind of see throughout the building. And also when you get up here, it's also kind of an area of reflection. So once you get up through this, you can kind of see where we are, where we went from, where we are now, where we're planning on going. And you get up to this area and you kind of get this panoramic view of not only Red Hook and the harbor and everything else. And you kind of gives you this is what we really are right now. How can we, where can we go to next? So that's it.